Hey guys, what's going on? Kel back here once again, representing the 40 Call YouTube channel, bringing you another Warhammer 40,000 related video. Today we go back once again to the Warhammer 40,000 community page and have a look at the article entitled New Boxes, New Rules, New Codexes. This is a fairly lengthy piece, so I hope you're sitting comfortably because we're going to go through this at length and pick it apart. As always, big shout out to everyone who subscribed to the channel up and now, guys. Honestly, thank you very much on behalf of calling myself. It feels really good to have a few subs coming in every day, really positive. And as well, if you didn't already know, we are now on Instagram. If you would like to come follow us on Instagram, there is a link and the name is in the description below. It is 40_call, and what we do with that is we put videos and pictures up of stuff we're working on. Things like Necrons. Call puts all kinds on. He puts things like Nurgle up. He's put some Space Hulk stuff up. Fantastic painter, Call. So if you really like to see well painted 40k models, go over to Instagram, look for 40_call and check us out. But with that said, guys, let's get in and have a look at the article. So, that's right, the title says it all. There's loads of cool new stuff on the way for Warhammer 40,000 and we can't keep it to ourselves anymore. That's because you've already had everything leaked on the internet, that's why. Here's a lowdown on what you can look forward to over the coming months. Great picture there. We've got some Imperial Fists taking on the Thousand Suns. What do we have? Now that we've all had a bit of time to get our heads around the new core rules, the next big shake-ups will come with this edition's codexes. There are some big, and we mean full-on, seismic changes on the way. The upcoming range of codexes will offer so much more than an update of the datasheets and Battleforge rules. There'll be loads of brand new content to look forward to, such as an expansive Crusade rules that are unique to that faction. The Warhammer 40,000 rules team have also taken the opportunity to review every single unit and weapon profile for each army. Now that's massive. And where they felt it was needed, dialed them up to 11. We're not even joking. So here's a picture of the new book with a big dirty question mark in with new codexes. The first two codexes, as we already know, are for the Necrons and Space Marines. As you can imagine, they'll give us a real taste of what's to come for all future codexes in terms of new content, as well as the sort of datasheet and war gear updates we can expect. You might even have started to see some of the new rules pop up in our new look repack boxes for units and these armies. We've done a couple of videos on this, guys. If you haven't already seen, we have a video up for the Terminator sheets, what the Terminator sheets are like in the box, and the Blade Guard veterans. Vanguard veterans, sorry. So go and check those out. But here we have the Space Marine Tactical Squad. New look box. Looks very cool. I like that. Big rocket launcher at the guy. Stick a rocket up him. The Space Marine update is an especially significant one, as many of the classic reliable weapons of the Imperium, including many fan favourites, are set to get an update to make them as cool and as grievously powerful as we all imagine them to be. Let's take a look at those new weapons stat. Supersize your heavy bolter, now with added explosive death. So these upscaled bolt weapons are set to become damage 2. Very cool, like that, good start. As befits the unmitigated brutality of being hit by a hail of armor-piercing, mass reactive shells the size of tin cans. Here you have Space Marine with a heavy bolter. Very nice. Good detail. Let's have a look what the details we got. What was that? I couldn't hear you over the sound of how awesome my gun is. Put the eye on his Iron Hands devastating ring. Okay, get your flame on. Flamers and heavy flamers are moving to range 12. Also good choice. All the better to dissuade enemy assaults and hose your enemies down with liquid fire. We hope you brought marshmallows. And we have a Blood Angels, Terminator, Big Heavy Flamer, Chain Fist. Quality. Okay, I've not had this much fun since Space Hulk. Right, okay. Who comes up with these, man? Have Melter will travel. Melter weapons are about to get even more destructive at close range. Apparently such a thing is possible, with a flat +2 damage bonus replacing its current ability, resulting in a whopping potential damage of 8. That's true. If you roll a 6, you're going to get 6 + 2, get the 8. What's more, the rules team have put the multi into multi-melter, as it's doubling up to heavy 2. Okay, heretics beware. Very cool. And then we have a multi-melter on the side of a Lehman Russ. So all the big weapons getting buffed so far. Okay, it'd be interesting to see what happens in terms of power and points cost, but fair enough. Drive me closer. I want to shoot at them within short range of these multi-melters. Time to slice and dice. Power swords are due to get a +1 strength modifier. All the better for chopping up tougher foes with their energy-weathered blades. That's not all, either. The massive Astartes grade chainswords, wielded by Space Marines, both new and old, will be hitting at AP -1. Interesting. Okay. Apparently, being struck by a 4-foot chain blade with adamantium tipped teeth 6 inches wide is not only exceptionally bad for your health, but it can do your armour a disservice too. Who would have thought it? So that's cool. So +1 strength for the swords and a -1 AP to the chain swords. Very good for those new close combat intercessors. Very cool. And there we have one of the best armies to take. Chain swords, Space Wolves. Great. Okay. What? We're surrounded? Rust Bones, this is fun. Now we get to charge in every direction. Use with caution. Supercharged plasma weaponry will soon only ever overheat on a modified roll of a 1. So attempting to shoot fleet-winged aircraft no longer carries a death sentence. Okay, so that's very cool. Makes plasma weapons even more deadly than they already are, just on unmodified hit rolls of 1. And look at this guy here. How much plasma do you want? How many dual-wielding plasma weapons, filth? I've got to say though, when these Dark Angels are done really well, I love the way that the edge highlighting is done with that light green. It really makes the model pop. I wish I could get my highlighting as thin as that. Whenever I put highlighting on, it normally goes on about 3 foot thick, and I can never get it that thin. Only a 1 in 6 chance of surrendering a terminal cause of death. I like those odds. Believe it or not, there are just a handful of examples. Prepare to have your mind blown. Bigger guns and stabbier blades for everyone. Now we know that lots of armies use these weapons, whether supplied by tech adepts of Mars or perhaps even acquired through less Imperium-friendly means to turn on their former masters. In any case, new Codex Space Marines arrives in October. Every other unit that utilise the same wargear, regardless of faction, will get their weapon profiles upgraded accordingly. Very, very cool. And here we have a couple of things. We talked about multi-melters, heavy bolters, and there's multis and flamers as well. So these Sisters of Battle, this squad here will be getting a nice all-round buff. With heavy flamers, heavy bolters and multi-melters all set to get deadlier, clearly some retributors have been praying hard to the God Emperor, and he has delivered. Alien weaponry. But what about my lovely Xenos armies, we hear you cry. Don't worry, your weaponry will get the same treatment. While most of their war gear may not be as ambiguous as the Imperium's mass-produced arsenal, their weapons will also be looked at too, when each of these codexes comes around. Cool. So thank God that it's not the Space Marines just getting the love, because the Space Marines get the love all the time. All the other factions in the galaxy need some love as well. So we take the death marks with the synaptic disintegrator, for example. The upcoming stat line represents the deadly psychic bending sniper rifle you would expect it to be. Okay, so these have been one of the most underpowered models in the Necron's armies, in my opinion, ever since they come out. Even when they come out, like the weapons didn't make sense. The sniper rifles didn't do mortal wounds, so hopefully this has been changed. Deck Master's brand new good aim for warriors with no depth perception. Oh, this is cool. So here we have the old versus the new. So the old, as you can see, the synaptic disintegrator, 24-inch range, which was less than the Astartes sniper rifles. Rapid fire 1, which also made no sense. Strength 4, no minus to AP, 1 damage. This weapon can target a character if it's not the closest enemy unit. Each time the wound roll of a 6+, and the target suffers a mortal wound. Now, it is 36 inch range, a heavy 1, higher strength at 5, it is AP minus 2, and 1 damage. Each time you select a target with this weapon, you can ignore the Lookout Sir rule. Each time you attack is made with a weapon, and a modified wound roll of 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target in addition. So that's cool. That makes so much more sense. Longer range, it's classed as a heavy weapon, higher strength, minus to AP, inflicts mortal wounds. Quality. Meanwhile, the Rod of Covenant wielded by the Triarch Praetorians will soon double in damage output. Okay. Let's have a quick look at these guys. These guys could do with some new models. I mean, after all the Necron stuff that we've seen recently, these guys could do with a new model pushing out. Triarch Praetorians, clearly motivated by the Silent King's return, are about to get extra deadly with a boost to both their damage and attacks. So the old weapon was in shooting was 12 inches, assault 1, strength 5, AP minus 3, 1 damage. Now it's basically the same, but as you can see, it's a flat 2 damage. Likewise with the rod's melee aspect, it is exactly the same, but it is a flat 2 damage. Interesting to say, when I was talking about attacks, it did say it was getting attacks as well, damage and attacks. How many attacks it was getting. I wonder if that's further down. Power, what's more, both of these units get a suitably chunky stat line boost to match their powerful new weaponry too. Or speaking of stat boost, Space Marines will get some of those in the Codex too. In fact, all fully fledged Space Marines will get 2 wounds. Really? All fully fledged Space Marines will be getting 2 wounds. All of them? Right. Even what? So even like a tactical squad has everything has 2 wounds. That's right. It won't just be Primaris Marines on 2 wounds anymore. All of a sudden, a lot of units that may have felt a bit left behind become very durable and appealing. From battle company units such as Assault, Devastator, and Tactical Marines to the elite Terminators of the First Company, who will be increased to 3 wounds. Yeah, I've did a video on that. The Firstborn will be back to prove to their Primaris battle brothers their great worth. Now that's interesting. I didn't see that coming. I knew some of the veterans were getting it, but why all Marines? That's an interesting thing. Maybe they're trying to get rid of stock. I wonder. This is me being very negative, but I wonder if they've got like loads of stock in the back that's trying to get rid of. So now that all Space Marines have 2 wounds, then people will go out and buy them. Okay. And as for future codexes of other genetically engineered transhuman warriors, both of the shiny grey and spiky variety, the same will apply to them. Okay. Just think how durable that will make units of Rubric Marines and Plague Marines. Okay, so that's across the board. I wonder why they've done that. So what makes the Primaris stand out now? Apart from the 2, they had 2 wounds, new weapons, stuff like that. Now all of a sudden, all the other Marines are as tough as Primaris? I'm not too sure about this, to be honest. I'm going to be discussing Resilient. Okay. Of course, all these updates will also come with a suitable points adjustment. The aforementioned Tactical Marine will clock in at 18 points for his extra round, 20% more than he is to date. 20%. Wow. And it means Space Marine forces will be compact, elite, durable, and utterly deadly, just as they should be. Okay. The future is bright. These new rules and points will come into effect officially as new codexes are released. The first 2 codexes will be with us in October, along with loads of new miniatures, and we'll be taking a closer look at them and what to expect from next month. As always, we'll keep you up to date on the changes here on warhammercommunity.com. A great way to ensure you're always using the latest up-to-date rules is to check the stats on the Warhammer 40,000 app if you haven't already downloaded it. Even though these upgrade rules won't come into play just yet, if you've been thinking about adding a unit of Chaos Terminators, heavy weapon toting Chaos Space Marines, or an Immortal Tribe Praetorians, you'll always want it in your force. You've always wanted your force, now is the time. That's massive that all these guys are getting 2 wounds. That makes like the Death Guard so powerful. So they're going to be disgustingly resilient. Yeah. So they're going to, but they've got like 2 wounds to save. That makes them top tier for me. That makes the Death Guard massively top tier because they're going to be so. I mean, the difficulty off the board in a minute. When they've got 2 wounds to get through, that's mental. Yes, I understand that some of the weapons are getting damage increases and to put out more wounds. But the whole point was that the Primaris stuff had the 2 wounds. I can actually see this causing a lot of people to get upset. I think when this video goes live and I put it on, that you guys are going to come in with the comments and be the same as me, because I'm not entirely convinced about that at all. But that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to leave the video there and wait for the comments to come in. Can't wait to read them. Like I said before I forget, we are on Instagram, so check us out at 40_call. The name is in the description below, so check us out for that, please. What do you think about this article in general, guys? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Reasons why, comments below. If you're new to 40 Call, we post Warhammer 40,000 content videos every single day. Things like news, hints, tips, reviews, painting videos, unboxing videos. Basically, guys, we love 40k, and we know you do too. So if you really do love 40k like we do, like the videos, comment like I said earlier on, and subscribe, guys. We're pushing ever closer towards 500 subs. We can only do that with your support, and I can't wait to have you all join the channel if you haven't already. And if you do join the channel and your name pops up, you will get a shout out on the next video. But that's going to be it, guys. Let the comments fly in, good, bad, or indifferent about these new rules and ideas. Can't wait to read them. But this is Kel signing off for 40 Call, saying stay safe, look after each other. Until next time, guys, we'll see you all later.